Hello, art viewers from around the world. It's James Kalm, your half-assed reporter, and we're down on Orchard Street. We're going to run into the KERRY SCHUSS gallery, and we're going to make a very cursory visit, run through of an exhibition by David Deutsch, and this is titled Transfer Paintings. Well, I was pedaling up the street. There's a little drizzle outside, and I kind of stopped and looked through the windows here and thought to myself, gosh, this kind of looks like David Deutsch. You can go back probably in the Rough Cuts files and see a show I covered of his probably about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. Out at a little gallery in Williamsburg. Anyway, I saw the show and I thought, I'll have to stick my head in here and see what's going on. So I spoke with KERRY, the proprietor here, and he said that he hadn't even had time to write a press release or put out a gallery list with titles and stuff like that. But the thing I thought was interesting about the show is that, well, these are all done with the transfer method. And what David does is he kind of prints these like a monotype. We'll get up and take a little closer view. And, well, these are all acrylic. And they're 68 by 70 inches. But I think by using this technique, he's able to get a really interesting kind of read on the brush strokes. And, well, it's just very exuberant and expressive. You know, you might look at these and just think that they are kind of scribbly, Twombly, abstract things, but the thing I noticed was, and this is when I realized that they were David's work, is that a lot of these are kind of scenes from suburbia, you know, kind of people standing around their yards. Kind of read a house there, maybe they're out on the deck or something. A couple of figures will run in the back. And, well, a lot of this has a very limited palette down to the dark umbers, a little burnt sienna, some Prussian blue. And, well, if you keep your eyes open, you can kind of see the little car under the carport, a figure, I don't know, maybe walking between the car and the patio, something like that. And I think these are all 68 by 70 inches. There's a reclining figure and maybe a little car there in the corner. Get a little kind of a sense of an architectural structure there. Actually, as I'm looking at this, I'm kind of getting an echo of some of Neil Jenny's paintings from the late 60s, early 70s when he was doing his bad painting. Oh, well, there's a pretty distinct face with little beams coming out. And well, Neil kind of developed a whole lexicon of motifs, kind of metaphoric symbols. Oh, this is a nice one. So we've got a very large and recognizable car form. A little guy in the car. And then, well, I like that as well. That could be another car. Maybe looks like the front end of a Jeep or a pickup truck, maybe. The other thing I was thinking is, well, if you've been watching the James Kalm report, we went and did a little run through of Philip Guston, 1957 and 1967, when he was kind of transitioning from straight abstract expressionism to it's kind of his figurative stuff. But yeah, the way these brush strokes get impressed, or the way they pick up the surface. I guess he paints on big pieces of plexiglass, and then I don't know if he runs them through a printer, or maybe like Philip Taffe, he walks on them. Somehow he prints the residue from the surface of the plastic onto this surface, and then I think he laminates that onto this canvas. And I'm not sure, but I think that David might be a California guy. So maybe this all refers to his childhood out in the suburbs in the valley somewhere, maybe. He's only got a couple of figures there. A little car. You know, the house is kind of reduced down to a triangle and a couple of vertical lines. This is James Kalm reporting on David Deutsch transfer paintings here at the KERRY SCHUSS Gallery, 34 Orchard Street on the Lower East Side. Well, we're going to wind up our Sunday afternoon stroll by stopping in here at The Hole. We're going to see a two-person show, starting out with work by Jim Joe, and then we'll go on and see a show by Eric Yahnker. Well, these pieces are all self-titled. So we'll just stroll around here. This will be like walking through a notebook or a book of poetry, maybe. Water can kill you. What issue? Well, I think I've seen one of this guy's shows here maybe a couple of years ago, and they just had an installation or some kind of a pop-up show. Stealing isn't free. On Canal Street, you know, okay, I like text, but sometimes I like a little more juice than just notes on canvas. Although this is a nice selection. Respect for the insane. Okay. Well, we'll get up and look at these closely, okay? So you can see that pretty much straightforward white canvas with black ink, maybe a marker. Also, you don't want to go by too fast, you'll miss these little things. He tends to be an objective observer and a good listener. As you're here on the floor, clear communication is a priority, contradicted by a strong need for privacy. Okay, so they've got another lists of text running along the baseboard. Actually, it's funny the way that you read the text from right to left, and it kind of pushes you along in that direction around the exhibition. And, well, I guess this is the final piece in the show. It's probably about 7 by 6 feet. The lack of facial features indicate that he was not willing to reveal himself in his identity, which is consistent with his enigmatic signature. We'll slip into the project space here and look at Eric Yahnker's Steve Jobs' Day Off. Well, this little installation part of the show caught my attention. So we've got piles of sand with album covers, and well, notice that each of these album covers has got pictures of hands, and then each one of the hands has a watch. This installation is titled Gold Digger. 13 LPs on sand with various jewelry. I think Eric is a Los Angeles-based artist. I think this is his second show here at the Hole. Let's look at some of his large drawings. It's titled Picasso Sino. Colored pencil on paper, 54 by 54. Purist 2016 color pencil on paper. It's also 54 by 54. This is kind of neo-pop, internet pop. It's titled Bong Gone. It makes me think of the marijuana clinics that I saw in Venice Beach last time I was out there. This is a big drawing. This is And I, After Rubens, 2016, color pencil on paper, 92 by 72 inches. So that's 7.5 by 6 feet. And she's going up to make a slam dunk. So I've kind of got Eric riffing on a little art history and slipping in some ghetto references. Okay. Crosshairs. This is the one woman that it's fine to trash and demonize as much as you want to. Sarah Palin with a gun. It's titled Hot Heel, colored pencil and paper, and this is 42 by 42. And, well, this is pretty much straight photorealism, but it's done a nice job of rendering the patent leather red. Hang in there. Okay, so I guess there's probably something very funny about the bat. This is titled King's Court. Colored pencil and paper, 76 by 68. This is also a big drawing. And, well, Eric looks like he grinds through a lot of Prismacolors on the background. This is James Kalm wrapping up at the hole, looking at Eric Yahnker and Jimmy Joe here on the Bowery. Thank you, Kate. Whoa, thank you. That was sweet. Thanks.